But here is where most people ask me that Ansh, I'm already struggling in my career. I just spent 1.5 lakh rupees on a UX bootcamp. I've made my 3 case studies and I've been cold emailing everyone. But even then, I'm not getting a good enough job. The job market is already so bad, and now you're saying that with AI, most of what I've learned last year is gonna get outdated. So what do I even do? Just to bring everyone on the same page, Figma is one of the most popular design tools in the world. Every year, they host a conference called Config. And this year, for the very first time, they hosted Config APAC in Singapore. I met so many content creators and told Figma's leadership about our YouTube channel. Just like anyone else, I was also very excited to see everything new that Figma has announced. And trust me, it is nothing less than magic. The entire audience was just doing woes and ahs when we saw their live demos. But then the question is, why is the design industry split into 2 halves? Where one half is excited and the other half is equally anxious.
Designing a product is keeping 5,000 things in your brain. Every day you discover something new that is a new problem or a new opportunity to fit these things together a little differently.
There will come a point where no job is needed.
You design this perfect experience. And the second thing is when people love your service, they become your marketing department.
International Monetary Fund has warned that 40% of all jobs around the world will be impacted by AI.
Well, before I answer, let me quickly summarize the most important updates Figma announced so that everyone is on the same page. We first saw Figma AI that can help UI designers come up with initial drafts, create prototyping links, rename layers, and also write content. This will basically help all designers come up with better ideas in lesser amount of time. Then we saw Figma Slides that help you create decks and presentations with interactive elements and embedded prototypes. This will not only help designers make pitch decks, but also help them communicate their own vision to other non-designer stakeholders way more easily. Next, we saw UI 3, which is a complete revamp of how Figma looks and feels. Now, this is just the tip of the iceberg. I would recommend each and every one of you to watch the full session recording uploaded on Figma's YouTube channel, because this video is more about decoding the impact of these announcements. First of all, let me remind you 3 important things. Up till now, as a professional UX designer, we were paid for our understanding of design tools and the subject of user experience. Figma is the tool, but user experience is the subject. Figma AI is helping us save time using the tools, but understanding of our subject still remains our own responsibility. In all of my previous AI masterclasses, I show a flowchart explaining how humans and AI will work together. On the very top is the human being who thinks about the problem. Then human prompts AI. Once AI gives you a result, the human validates it and then builds on top of that output. This entire flow becomes a cycle where the human prompts AI again and again and keeps on iterating on AI outputs until she finds something that matches her specific requirements. In this entire flow, there are 4 key components that the human defines. What is the exact problem? Which problem do I solve first? What is the specific context I need to write in my prompt? How do I validate this output? And finally, how do I build on top of what AI has given to me? Now, I have explained this workflow in detail in our previous AI masterclasses for product designers. You'll find that link in description. But just to summarize, if we evolve on time, AI can help us by not standing ahead of us, but by being next to us. Professionals are going to be the biggest customers of AI. Lastly, this is the latest burst of AI we will ever see. I find so many people on Twitter saying, oh, it's not good enough. Of course it won't be good enough. I recently watched a video by my fellow friend Chetan, who goes by the name of Design Pilot on YouTube. He was discussing how 6 months ago, AI tools were designing like someone who has 3 months of experience. Then 1 month ago, they started behaving like a professional with 1 year of experience. In the next 12 months, it will start acting like someone who has decades of experience. It makes much more sense to grow with these tools rather than waiting for them to get too proficient. So just to summarize, as a designer, you need to double down on your understanding of user experience and not feel anxious just because AI is helping you skip manual tool operation. Next, recognize where you fit in this exact workflow and understand how to define, write, and validate outputs using AI tools. This involves skills like critical thinking, writing skills, clear communication, and a lot more. In the second half of this video, I will deep dive into roadmaps that will help you solve these problems one by one. Finally, you need to prioritize learning about AI on a day-to-day basis. We've already created dozens of free AI courses on our YouTube channel and our free learning platform, learnuiux.in. I've been training companies all around the world, and this YouTube channel has in-depth free videos for any student who cannot attend those private masterclasses. But here is where most people ask me that Ansh, I'm already struggling in my career. I just spent 1.5 lakh rupees on a UX bootcamp. I've made my 3 case studies and I've been cold emailing everyone. But even then, I'm not getting a good enough job. The job market is already so bad, and now you're saying that with AI, most of what I've learned last year is gonna get outdated. So what do I even do? And let me tell you, I completely understand what you're going through. The biggest question everyone has that will companies even need UX designers in the longer run? Or will product managers or developers start designing like us? Short answer, they will need product designers, but not for the same responsibilities. Because this question itself is incomplete. You need to understand that the way startups hire is very different from how a big tech company like Google or Facebook hires. I've already explained this differentiation in utmost detail in our UX roadmap video. Startups have always required T-shaped generalists, where you have expertise in one single domain and slowly offer more side services. Big companies always go for specialists. But then the question is, will UX design be even a dedicated job title, or will that eventually go away? It might, but there's an important caveat. The definition of a UX designer will change in the next 12 months. Today, only senior companies expect UX designers to be strong writers, speakers, and critical thinkers. But moving forward, UX designers all across the world will be expected to become great writers. Just knowing how to use Figma and tracing interfaces will not be enough. So the question is, how exactly do we improve our writing and critical thinking? This does not have a short answer. In fact, it literally took me 2 years to make content that would explain just the basics of critical thinking. What you need to do is plan just for the next 30 days. Yes, you need to stop panicking. Even Figma AI is gonna take months before they roll out UI 3. You have at least 5 to 6 months to evolve, and that is good enough time. Now, if you're someone who wants to achieve something extraordinary in your career, you need to create a 60-day upskilling syllabus for yourself. Let me explain you what all you need to do. This entire framework is called Uplift, that stands for understanding, planning, learning, implementing, focusing, and testing. For understanding, watch all the Figma Config APAC sessions. Document everything you find interesting, and you'll find the unlisted link in my description. This will make you aware of what exactly is even happening. Next is planning. I want you to set strict timelines for yourself to finish 3 of my playlists that are around critical thinking and problem-solving skills. First is our UX and UI breakdown playlist, where I pick successful apps and break down their user experience and interfaces. This will teach you how to think from the lens of a successful product designer. Our video on UX psychology will teach you important fundamentals of product thinking and consumer behavior. Second, watch our AI masterclasses, especially the one I hosted in San Francisco for product designers. Then, our video on future of UX design as a career, and then in the end, basics of prompt engineering. Third, if you still haven't finished the last 3 weeks of our UX design course, then please do that. More than 90% of you have still not finished those last 3 weeks. You'll find the entire syllabus on learnuiux.in. What you need to do is set a dedicated time for yourself, at least 1 hour every single day, and plan which videos would you watch on each and every day for the next 60 days. Only pick videos for topics where you are weak. Third is learning. This is where you follow your plan and actually finish the entire syllabus. You have to learn for at least 30 to 40 hours before you move to the 4th step, Please make sure you document all your learnings on a tool like Notion. If you don't know Notion, then please watch our masterclass on how I learn and write on Notion. Fourth is implementing. You have to work on personal projects to actually implement what you've learned so far. This implementation should not happen unless you've spent at least 30 to 40 hours in your learning stage. Fifth is focusing. You need to narrow down a specific niche of companies, preferably a startup that is backed by a good VC, and simply make case studies for that specific niche. I always recommend iOS, fintech, edtech, or healthcare. You need to show proof of work and make case studies that are not following a cliche template. We've created a highly detailed 2-part series on writing your best UX case study. You'll find the link in description. Sixth is testing. You need to regularly show your work to seniors, mentors, or simply make a Loom video explaining your project and share it on LinkedIn. See, you don't have to plan for the next 3 years. I want you to stay calm and evolve while everyone else is panicking. The entire strategy is very simple. Firstly, you take utmost care of your health and mental well-being. Nothing happens without these two components. Next, you double down on learning, writing, and speaking. As you learn, build in public and talk about your progress on social media. This will get you attention within the right set of people. In the next 5 years, everyone will have decent enough writing and speaking skills. The question is, what is the third level of leverage? The simple answer is access. Access to the right people. Once everyone becomes really good at what they do, the next layer of leverage comes from who knows you and how visible are you. Do you think I'm the best UX designer in the world? Not even close. But I'm surely in the top 10 of the most visible UX designers in the world. And that gives me a lot of leverage. And you can have the same. Visibility and access are very important, but they won't be possible unless you consciously work on improving them. I recently created a detailed video on how to become a confident introvert because I keep getting messages by designers saying that even though we attend a lot of networking events, we don't know how to approach someone new or speak confidently. In fact, our Fix Your Life playlist will help you fix your communication skills and teach you how to build a personal brand online. I know it would seem like I'm just plugging my own content again and again, but I'm doing that because I've already explained every single micro component in utmost detail, all for free. All you need is good health, the intent to learn, and enough time to spend. Let me know in the comments section if this video made sense to you. I want you to summarize your learnings and write a detailed comment below with your action plan. With that being said, I hope that you're taking care of your mind and body. This is your dost Ansh Mehra signing out. If you want to learn UX psychology or product thinking for free, then these two videos right here will help you get started. I've explained all the basics from scratch.